Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at DafSoap's Freeze Mage. We played a little bit of Freeze Mage recently, and I think whilst I liked what the deck is trying to do, I like the kind of premise of the deck and playing a lot of these big mage cards, these big mage spells and minions. I think unfortunately the version that we played really just didn't have that great of a matchup against all of these aggressive decks. And DafSoap here, I think, is presenting a version that does have a bit more of a game against those decks. In fact, it actually sports a positive win rate against Zoo Warlock, which I think is one of the tougher matchups for a lot of decks like this, which is really good. Doesn't have a great matchup against a lot of the other aggressive decks, but I think just at least making one of those matchups positive is a good thing. In case you haven't seen Freeze Mage before, it does focus a lot on being a controlling deck, trying to not take damage in the early game, accrue resources, draw cards with Acolyte of Pain and Arcane Intellect, and eventually we're going to try to hit our opponent with an Alexstrasza, set their health to 15, and then we're going to kill them with all manner of Fireballs, Frostbolts, Pyroblast, Calighost, Pyroblasts as well. And excellent burn spells like that. To get there, we've got a lot of board clears, 1 Flame Strike, 2 Blizzards, and a Blast Wave in here. I actually really like that. I think Flame Strike was just a little bit too slow, so I do like trying to get that 1 Blast Wave in here, especially with a lot of those aforementioned Zoo Warlock decks around. I think that's a great choice. We've also got the other excellent kind of mid-rangey strategy of going for Mountain Giant and hitting our Conjurer's Calling. I think this combination is kind of shown to be one of the most powerful combinations that Mage can do. Essentially in any deck, we've seen it in Tempo Mage, trying to go for it pretty early on and supported with a lot of more aggressive cards. We've also seen it be just an excellent thing to do in all of these controlling Mage decks. Make your opponent have to do something, because honestly, if they don't, they might just get rolled by a bunch of 12 mana minions. Other than that, there's not too many cards that I want to be keeping an eye out for. I like that we've got a Harrison in here instead of the Acidic Swamp Oozes. I think Harrison comes down at a more relevant time, you know, when we want to hit waggle picks and things like that. Keeps our hand pretty stocked up. We've got a Safeguard in here, which we did just play in our Mech Hunter. And I think I really like Safeguard as a nice defensive option. Certainly no Sludge Belcher, but doing a good impression. Goes well with Ziliax as well. But that's really the tail of the tape. So certainly going to be trying to learn a bit more about this Freeze Mage and definitely see the kind of nuanced differences between this and other lists that we've played. So without further ado, let's jump into some games. Alright, up against the Mage here. Hoping it's not the mirror, because we're not exactly the most skillful Freeze Mage player. Also hoping it's not Tempo Mage, because I feel like we're going to get run over. But this episode's comment comes from Theodore Marinos. Thank you, Theo. It was on the Tempo Mage deck, Speak the Devil. And they say, as far as Budget Hunter is concerned, I think that mechs are definitely the way to go. There are some amazing decks on HS Replay that don't feature anything more than a rare, have a close to 60% win rate. That's definitely true. I'm running a slightly more expensive version myself, and I'm having a great time and decent results. Absolutely. I think if anyone out there is looking for an excellent budget deck, you certainly don't have to... you certainly don't have to spend a bunch of dust to get something that is going to win you some games at those high ranks. Now, does a deck like Mech Hunter, especially a budget one, have a 60% win rate at rank 10 or 5 or Legend? Probably not. But it does have a good win rate at those higher ranks for sure. What to do? I think it's also a great deck to craft into, just because a lot of the crafts are great neutral cards.
Mental dislocator.
I guess we just go for the Mountain Giant next turn. Or maybe we have to save it to combo. Yeah, we'll save it to combo. We'll we'll just go for the Keysmith.
Need a key?
Mirror Entity, Splitting Image, Vape Niche. Mirror Entity. Especially if this is dragons, our opponent might have like a Twilight Drake or something they want to deploy. Tempo, maybe? Interesting. The full draw. We'll have that though. Fortunately, we're pretty low, which is kind of concerning. I think our opponent made a great call getting the MC Tech and the Acidic Swampers down to start chipping away at us. So they certainly do threaten to take over the game. Or at least to burn us out relatively soon. Yeah, 16. Alright, Mountain Giant, it's up to you. And your friends. That being said, if they don't have an answer here, we can turn the corner pretty quickly. This is a 2-turn clock. We just put our opponent's head in a vice. There's 2 mountain giants that make up the vice, and we just cranked that, and their head exploded. GG's. Okay, here we are up against a priest. So Arcane Keysmith is one of our better cards. I don't know if we want 2 of them though. I mean, what else will we be hoping to hit? Acolyte of Pain, Arcane Intellect will be good. Doomsayer, just in case our opponent's on Murlocs or something. I think we'll just keep the 1 Arcane Keysmith. Now this list is not playing Junalite or anything like that, so we don't need to focus on a hero power or anything like that. Acolyte of Pain, excellent draw. See if our opponent has a
Welcome.
Murloc, they do not.
Care to hear your fortune? Hello? Your fate is sealed.
Oh no. It's threatening us. How dare they? Let's get this Acolyte of Pain out and about.
Speak to me.
Do have the Mountain Giant. No Conjurer's Calling to pair with it, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can draw some cards off this Acolyte. Yeah. Ooh. Might just go for the Keysmith, and then next turn we can Intellect Ping.
Need a key?
Separating the pain.
Not too sure what our opponent's going to be doing. We actually haven't taken a look at many priest lists. Well, there you go, Silence Priest. I'll have 1 too, thanks. Trade our board here. Now we actually drew our Conjurer's Calling, so next turn we can play our Mountain Giant for 3 and hit it with the good stuff. See what our opponent's reply to this is. A powered shield in a fire trade. And if they do go like Divine Spirit, I mean, we could just be dead here. We do have the Conjurer's Calling just in case we need to clear it. So we could ping Frostbolt Conjurer's Calling. Doesn't get us any damage in, but does give us the best chance to just keep a board. Okay. Still feeling okay. Do a lot of board clears in hand, both Blizzards and the Blast Wave, and the Flame Strike. That's actually all of our board clears. If only our opponent had a board.
Greetings, fellow humans. Unity, precision.
Unfortunate. That being said, opponent's getting pretty close to ain't that dangerous.
Primitive. She's here!
I think we want to have the option of potentially using Frost Nova. In case we do draw like a threat that we want to deploy, or possibly that we want to play this Harrison. The Circle of Healing? Divine Heal.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Not great. Not great at all. Yeah, not sure how we're going to crack through here. And maybe our opponent just lets us have a Caligos for a bit too long. This is screaming for a forbidden word? Forbidden kill all the dragons. Whatever that's called. There we go. Forbidden word. That's it. Could very much be dead here. Oof, Trina. Yucko.
Is someone injured?
Oh, we could have killed the North Shire Cleric. Yeah, we goofed that up. Let our opponent draw a bunch of cards if they have Divine Hymn.
Play by the rules!
Oh yeah, I think we're a bit dead, folks.
We hunger for vengeance.
Yeah, we live for another turn, but I don't think it's going to help us.
Is someone injured?
Maybe we should have just polymorphed something and hoped for the best. What's our matchup like against this priest? No data.
What must I
Free of that blasted tower!
Divine Spirit with Vargoth out. Well.
Behold!
Oh, we got 2 taunts. Maybe we'll make it through. Seems unlikely though. Seems like our opponent has this game pretty well locked down.
What do
Would love to know if anyone out there has played a lot of the Wall Priest or played a lot of Freeze Mage. What do you think the matchups are? Alright, we won't give our opponent the satisfaction. Get out of here. Get out of here. Well played though. Interesting. I wasn't sure how that matchup was going to go. Wondering if this is kind of a typical case or if it's an outlier, but GG's. Okay, here with the Freeze Mage up against a Paladin. Can't say we've been hitting too many Paladins lately. Not a lot of Paladin matchup data, but and we got our Giant, our Conjurer's Calling, so hopefully we can get a bit lucky, maybe pick up our Arcane Intellect or Acolyte of Pain. Doomsayer now is also on the list. Anything that can kind of just disrupt our opponent from doing too much damage before we can start hitting these blizzards. And we can always Conjurer's Calling this Secret Keeper if it does get too ridiculous. Yeah, okay. Light Warden. Interesting, our opponent didn't go for the magnetic there.
Let the pain speak to me.
Just get rid of that Mekaru so that we can drop this Blizzard without too much pain. We also have the option of going for like Frost Nova Arcane Intellect, which might set us up better for this Mountain Giant.
Which path to choose? Reporting for duty.
Bring the pain.
I think I want to go for like Frost Nova Thalnos, because I think our opponent probably has Never Surrender, and if we get the Thalnos out, we can hit them with a Blizzard next turn. Let's hope they don't have like Mysterious Blade. Oh.
Reporting for
Blank
duty.
face though.
Bring the pain.
Getting very low. Might be too low where we can't really swing ourselves enough time. Ugh. Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, we might have just played this one a little too greedily.
More souls.
Another auto defense. Okay. We could do like Mountain Giant, Conjurer's Calling, hope to hit a taunt. Still have enough to Frostbolt something.
Job done.
Yeah, unfortunate. So dead to any Mysterious Blade, any buff, yeah. Yeah, I think we played that one maybe a bit too greedily. There was a time when they maybe... I think the turn we Frost Nova'd, I think maybe we should have gone for the Mountain Giant then. The Mountain Giant Conjurer's Calling. But still unsure. We'll take a look at the deck. I think it's still... we still have a couple of problems with aggressive decks. I don't think that the Blast Wave and stuff has really fixed it. In fact, I'm starting to think more and more that this Caligos and the Pyroblast is just too much of a pipe dream. That maybe we should just be trying to play, or maybe just the Caligos, and maybe we should just be trying to play more rather than taking the mindset of trying to get away with playing as few early game things as possible, we should be going in with the mindset of just trying to never ever die in the early game. Try and play more cards like the Daring Fire Eater. I think actually Ray of Frost does a pretty good job in a lot of those situations as well. Trying to get some more as much removal in there as we need, I guess. Maybe playing some earlier game bodies like, the Thalnos, maybe try and get some Loot Hoarders, some Stargazer Luna in here, just things that we can use to trade in the early game. Regardless, big shout-outs to DafSoap. I still think this deck is fantastic, and if you are a Mage aficionado, or you do just like slinging a couple of Pyroblasts, you should definitely check this game out. If you are watching on YouTube, of course, all the links are in the description, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article. Please jump over there, give DafSoap a +1, and leave a lovely, thoughtful comment, like I know you will. All of my details are down there as well, and you can find me here live on Twitch at Tommy_Wave. Watch me Miss Lethal live. It'll be a great time. But until next time, please stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, and discover a secret. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.